Okay, in this week's parsha in Tzav talks about in Vav Vav, Eish Tamid Tukar al Mizbeach Leisefeh. There's going to be a constant fire on the altar, and it won't get extinguished. So the chinuch in mitzvah Kuf Lamed Beis, commonly quoted chinuch, says that the way of Hashem is to hide His miracles. That's the way that Hashem wants it, to hide the miracles that He performs. We find a similar idea by the splitting of the sea. Kriyas Yamsuf, they split, when Hashem split the sea of reeds. So what happened? He tried to hide that up by making a whole wind situation. In fact, unlike historians, they try to say, oh, this could have all happened naturally without God's intervention. Right? Yeah, says the chinuch, that's part of the plan. Why? Why does Hashem even try to hide supernatural miracles or miracles in general? Explains the chinuch, because that is our purpose. Our purpose as mankind is to reveal and recognize the miracles that are being performed. That's what we're supposed to do, reveal and recognize the miracles that are being performed. If the miracle would be completely clear, we wouldn't even have a choice. It's like we wouldn't even have free will. If it was so obvious to do good and not to do bad, we wouldn't get rewarded for anything. And that's not why we're here. In other words, the commandment of that there's going to be a constant fire on the Mizbeach is there in order to get people to make a mistake. That the fire itself that is made through man is the one that is facilitating, enabling the fire to continue to be a flame on the altar, on the Mizbeach, for the korbanos, those sacrifices. But really, we know that there was a fire from heaven that took care of that Hashem sent. This is one of the tests, explains Rav Zilberstein and Zalino Shabbat, that mankind have. To be able to recognize the miracles that happen within nature. They call it Mother Nature. They don't want to say Hashem, that's why they call it that. Nature is Hashem. We have to recognize that Hashem is in nature. Our ability to see, our ability to talk, to smell, to hear, all of it is miraculous. Just we're used to it. It's habitual, so to say. And therefore, that's what our job is on this planet. To realize that every single detail of this universe is controlled by Hashem and created by Hashem and continues to exist because of Hashem.
Each time it took on the back man.
So that's why there was a fire there. The fire was trying to cloak the heavenly fire that really would cause the Mizbeach to go.
It, but really it's Hashem behind everything.
Yeah,
the point?
Yeah, and there was the fire was from him. Yeah, that's the point. We don't need to come on to supernatural miracles in order to recognize that Hashem performs amazing acts for us. Rather, even one flower, one blade of grass, if you know what goes into that, is an incredible thing. Incredible idea. All the symmetry that there is, we're used to it. If we would have our food falling from heaven, the man, falling from the skies, we'd say, wow, that's miraculous. But guess what? In their day and age, they said, wow, food could come from the ground? You're not used to it. That's what it all comes to. It comes to what are you used to? If you look around and you see, Mara Abu Masecha Hashem, wow, this is amazing. You look at certain animals at the zoo that you didn't know exist. Wow, these are incredible. Look at what Hashem does. You don't need to come on to those. A simple pigeon, amazing creation. Simple bird. Anything in this world. Obviously, there's a lot to elaborate on this. Basically, in short, people, they don't recognize Hashem enough. Person could learn daven all day, but is he recognizing about Hashem? And then he relates a whole story how you could have all the fancy machinery and equipment that you want, but they need a charge. If it's not plugged into the wall, it's not going to work. Same thing with us. Person could be learning away, davening away, doing great mitzvahs, but if he's not thinking about Hashem, he's not plugged in, he's not connected. We have to think about Hashem more and realize that Hashem is behind everything. That's the message. Nice idea.